Home stretch. 9 problems to go, last page. Not a lot of space, so hopefully it all fits. We're about to find out. If not, I got some scratch paper. I only say that because I got a hunch that there's some quadratic formula in a couple of these, but we'll find out. So, lines crossing piece by piece. That means you're going to have x times 6 must be equal to 8 times 3. 6x equals 24 dividing by 6. I'm jumping ahead. 24 dividing by 6, that means x is 4. Number 2 right here, we're told 8 and 8. And remember, when the segments are inside and out, it is outside times whole. Outside times whole. So, on this top piece, I've got 8 times the whole, which will be 16. On the bottom piece, I've got 6 times the whole, which is 6 plus 2x. Notice the parentheses there. 8 times 16, 80 is 144. Other side, I've got 36 plus 12x. So let's keep working this through. Minus 36, minus 36. That's going to be 108. Is equal to 12x. Dividing by 12, I get that x is equal to 9. I'm going to slide over a little bit. Didn't want to be nice, gave us decimals, but we can handle it. Same idea, outside times whole. So on this piece right here, the outside is 7.3, the whole is 7.3. Other side right here, outside is 5.2. And the whole is 5.2 plus x. Definitely not as nice, forcing us to use some calculator action here, but we can do that. 7.3 squared is 53.29. 5.2 squared, this is an old calculator. It's like working, but the buttons are sticking. 27.04 plus 5.2x. So I'm going to subtract that first. I get 26.25. And then divide by 5.2. And I know it says 10th, but you might remember our general policy was to do 3 decimal places, so I'm still going to show that there, because why not? And that's our first 3. Let's see if I can keep this in our problem pace. Going on to 4. Let's see what we got. So again, we got segments inside, so it's going to be piece by piece. So I've got x times 3x is equal to 8 times 6. So that's 3x squared is equal to 48. Divide by 3, x squared equals 16, which means x is 4. I now go to outside times whole, and now we get a little interesting. So outside is x times the whole, x plus 4. Outside is 7 times the whole, 13. X squared plus 4x. 7 times 13 is 70, 91. So x squared plus 4x minus 91 equals 0. I know pretty quickly that that's not factorable because, lo and behold, negative 91 is going to be prime. But we can at least set it up in quadratic formula. So just a reminder, quadratic formula, opposite of b plus or minus square root, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So plugging in for number 5, I'm going to have negative 4 plus or minus square root of 16 minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So I've got negative 4 plus or minus square roots. 4 times 91. And then add 16. Gives me 380 over 2. So then 380 10, 38, 2 and 5, 2 and 19, 2 comes out. I get negative 4 plus or minus 2 root 5 times 19, 50 and 9 make 95. All over 2. Anytime you want to cancel these guys, you're looking for the triangle. So you can write a final answer of negative 4. Oh, cancel the 2. Negative 2 plus or minus root 95. And then you can convert that. Oh, you didn't see any of that. I totally just got excited doing math. Yeah, so I'll talk through that real quick. We took our quadratic formula opposite of b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I plugged in my various numbers. This inside part right here, 16 minus 4 times 1 times negative 91, gave us 380. That 380 I factored into 10 and 38. The 10 became 2 and 5. The 38 became 2 and 19, meaning I have a pair of 2's. Those pair of 2's come outside of jail. The 5 and the 19 stay inside and give me 95. At this point, we're looking for a triangle of what numbers factor. Keep in mind that 2 does not go inside of the square root, and it needs to be part of both parts in our numerator. Taking that together and factoring out of 2, I now get a final answer of negative 2 plus or minus root 95, which technically, oh, this calculator is really bad. 95 square, oops, 95 square root would be either 11.747, or if you took the, negative 11, or if you changed it would be 7.747 would be your two versions when you add or subtract. Okay, that was 5. 6. Let's hope for a little thing nicer. I don't know, we'll find out. Okay, 6, here we go. I want purple, there we go. So, outside is 16 times whole is 16. Outside is 14 times whole is x plus 16, because 14 and 2 make 16. 16 squared is 256. Yes. 256. 14x. And then 14 times 16. Well, it has to be 32 less, right? So 2, 2, 4. Subtracting that over, I got 32 is equal to 14x divided by 14. And x is equal to 32. I actually like if you just left it like that. Fractions are our friends. So yeah, feel free to just leave it as a fraction. That's going to be, if I take a 2 out, 16 over 7. Or technically you can write 2.286. So you got that one right there. I probably need to zoom in a little bit more on these. We got 3 to go, home stretch. This video is going long. Let's see what we got. Okay, number 7. It looks so simple. Okay. We're going to have to use quadratic formula again. So we got this one right here. Outside times whole, 13 times 13. Bottom line, outside times whole, 5x is outside. The whole is 5x plus 9. So let's see what we got here. 13 is 169. 5x and 5x is 25x squared. 5x times 9 is 45x. So we got a behemoth of a problem right here. You've got 25x squared plus 45x minus 169. Oy. I know the first and last are perfect squares, 5 and 13. But those aren't going to add into the middle. So I'm guessing that this is a quadratic formula problem, but the numbers are going to be stinking big. Let's go for it. Opposite of b is a minus 45, plus or minus the square root of 45 squared minus 4. A is 25. C is a negative 169. All over 2 times A, which is 25. So I've got a negative 45. Plus or minus. I'm going to find the square root all at once. 2 times 25 is 50. Okay, let's figure the square root out. I've got 45 squared. And then I'm going to subtract. No, I'm not going to subtract. I'm going to add 16900. And I get 18925. Let's just find out. Nope. 1892. Well, I can take a 25 out. So I got 757 times 25. 757, 1461. No, 7 doesn't go in. 3 doesn't go in. 2 doesn't go in. 5 doesn't go in. 11. Nope. 13. No, because there's no way I can turn 3 into 7, just the 9. What is the square root of 757? I have to get to 27. Okay. So 757. Let's go 757 divides 17. Nope. 757 divide 19. Nope. 757 divide 23. Nope. 757 divide... This calculator may have just died. 757 divide 23. Nope. One more. 757 divide 27. And that 757 is prime. So this is going to turn into negative 45 plus or minus 5 root 757 all over 50. Guess what? We're looking at that triangle. All 3 of those terms have a 5 in it. So we're going to take that 5 on out. And our final answer is negative 9 plus or minus the root 757 all over 10. Yeah, I know you can write it as a decimal, but that's kind of fun too. So we got that one right there. Last 2, here we go. Piece by piece. 2x times x plus 3. 4 times 4. So 2x squared plus 6x is equal to 16. First up, divide everything by 2. X squared plus 3x equals 8. Subtract the 8 over. X squared plus 3x minus 8 equals 0. Well, that 8 ain't gonna factor, so we're back to quadratic formula yet again. So jumping in right here, shift over. So opposite of b plus or minus square root, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we got negative 3 plus or minus the square root. That's 32, so that's 41, which is prime. So then that right there will just be my final answer because, yeah, you get a prime number and a square root, it can't break down. 2 is not going to cancel with anything up above. So that's our answer for number 8. And then finally, number 9. Let's see what we got to finish this on out. So outside times whole in both cases. So I've got 6, and then x plus 9, and that's going to be equal to x and 5x. Outside times whole, outside times whole. So I've got 6x plus 54 is equal to 5x squared. So then I've got 5x squared minus 6x minus 54 equals 0. And I got one more case of using quadratic formula, which showed up a ton on this. So if I take those numbers, let's plug it on in. I've got positive 6 plus or minus square root of 36 minus 4ac all over 2 times 5. And then let's plug those numbers in and finish strong right here. So doing that last part, that's a 20. So I've got 20 times 54. And I'm going to add 36. So I get 6 plus or minus the square root of 1116 all over 10. That 1116. Let's take out a 2. 558. We can take out another 2. And we get 279. We can take out a 3. Which gives us 93. We can take out a 3 again, which gives us 31. That's prime. But look, I got a pair of 2s, I got a pair of 3s. So 2 times 3 gives me 6 root 31 stuck in jail all over 10. If I look at my triangle, I can take a 2 out of each of those, so I end up with 3 plus or minus 3 root 31 all over 5. Yeah, so I did an exact, it's a good habit. I encourage you to try those. Obviously the worksheet said tenths, in which case, pull out your phone, use Photomath. I already know half of you are doing that for some problems anyways, and see what that spits out as a decimal. And you can check that to your other work. Primarily I'm interested in the setup on the worksheet. Yes, these do and can take a little while. Hey, the math teacher took 20 minutes for these. So yeah, realize that these take some time to puzzle your way through.